Good morning, respected lecturer and fellow classmates. My name is Kelvin Gong Jian Yu, and I truly honored to speak before you today. Before I begin my talk, I would like to share a short video clip with you. It's titled "The 21st Century Teacher: Navigating the Digital Age." In just a few minutes, this video highlights how today's teachers are evolving, become not just educators, but also digital mentors, content creators, and global connectors. Let us take a look.
What is the role of a teacher in the 21st century? In this era of relentless digital momentum, a teacher is no longer confined to the traditional roles of lecturing and grading papers. Instead, he becomes a navigator, charting a course through the ever-evolving landscape of knowledge and culture. The subjects, particularly in technology, sciences, and social paradigms, are constantly updating, and our teacher is there, steering the ship, ensuring that his students remain on the cutting edge of progress. He immerses himself in ongoing education, diving into the latest data, engaging with current debates, and exploring pioneering thought. Like a true explorer, he doesn't hoard these treasures for himself. Instead, he brings them back to the classroom, sharing these fresh insights and discoveries with his students. In a world overflowing with information, our teachers are not just information providers. They are the pilots, the navigators guiding us through the vast expanse of the knowledge universe. In a classroom, the teacher is not just a speaker, but also a listener. This role is an empathic listener and observer, attuned to the unique symphony of each student's learning journey. The classroom is a vibrant tapestry of diverse cultures, learning styles, and unspoken expectations. And it's the teacher's task to weave these threads into a cohesive learning experience. In this digital age, students are not passive receptacles of information. Instead, they seek engagement and relevance, often balancing a multitude of personal and professional responsibilities. They bring to the table unique perspectives, hidden anxieties, and boundless potential. The teacher, in his role as an empathic observer, tailors his interactions and teaching methods to each student. By recognizing and respecting the individual journey of each mind and heart, the teacher fosters an environment of personalized learning. He acknowledges that each student's path to understanding is as unique as they are. Teachers are the translators of the individual journeys of each mind and heart in their classrooms. In an era of information overload, the teacher is a curator. The world of education today is not about the scarcity of knowledge, but the overwhelming abundance of it. A barrage of data, viewpoints, and theories flood our screens with every click, every scroll. This is where the teacher steps in, not as a mere provider of information, but as a guide through this labyrinth of knowledge. They meticulously design coursework, not just to impart literacy, but to encourage insight into the disciplines under study. Through a carefully curated collection of readings, projects, and explorative tasks, they challenge their students to question, analyze, and synthesize. This is not about memorizing facts. It's about understanding the underlying principles, the interconnectedness of ideas, the context in which information exists. They equip their students with the skills to navigate this complex landscape, to sift through the noise and focus on what's essential. Teachers are the architects, building bridges between fragmented pieces of the colossal knowledge puzzle. Beyond the classroom, the teacher is a cultivator of networks. In today's interconnected world, learning thrives within the community, not in isolation. Teachers play a vital role in fostering this sense of community. They encourage collaboration, allowing students to learn from each other, share ideas, and solve problems together. They guide students towards meaningful internships, paving the way for them to apply their theoretical knowledge in real-world scenarios. Teachers also integrate real-world case studies into their curriculum, showing students how their learning applies to practical, everyday situations. They extend the boundaries of education beyond the four walls of the classroom, creating an environment where theory meets practice. But perhaps most importantly, teachers guide their students in building relationships with peers, faculty, and industry professionals. They understand that these connections often pave the way to profound learning and future opportunities. Teachers, then, are more than just educators. They are the gardeners, nurturing the seeds of profound learning and future opportunities. In a world rife with challenges, the teacher is a guardian of ethical and critical thinking. They stand as the custodians of values, instilling in their students the principles of integrity, empathy, resilience, and inquisitiveness. These attributes, timeless and universal, form the bedrock of critical thinking and ethical decision-making. The teacher understands that the facts and knowledge they impart may one day become obsolete. But these principles, once inculcated, will guide their students through the labyrinth of life, helping them navigate personal and professional realms with discernment and grace. The teacher impresses upon their students that the application of knowledge, its use to create a fairer, kinder, and more enlightened world, is as important as the knowledge itself. They encourage their students to question, to seek, to reflect, and to grow. Teachers are the lighthouses, illuminating not just the path to intellectual achievement, but also to personal growth, social responsibility, and a deeply ingrained love for learning.
Thank you for watching. After viewing this video, I believe many of us are already beginning to rethink that what it means to be a teacher today. The world of education has changed, and with it, the teacher's role has undergone a complete transformation. This is why today I invite you to join me in exploring the transformation through my speech. Teacher beyond the traditional classroom in the digital world. We will look at three important areas. The first is how the role of teachers has evolved in the digital age. Second, the challenge that come with this evolution. And last is the new opportunities teachers now have and what this means for the future learning. Okay, in the past, education was mainly defined by physical spaces, classroom filled with desks, blackboards, and textbooks, with a teacher standing in front of the class. That was the typical image of learning. The traditional classroom model focused on face-to-face instruction, set schedules, and paper-based exams. But things have changed. The rise of the digital age has transformed almost every part of our life, including how we learn and teach. Today, teaching extends far beyond the four walls of the classroom. Teachers are now navigating a fast-moving digital landscape. They are adopting new roles, using new tools, and taking on new responsibilities that are changing how education works. This digital transformation didn't happen overnight. It started slowly, but during the COVID-19 pandemic, it speed out like never before. Almost overnight, teachers had to move online, teaching classes on Zoom, uploading homework to the Google Classroom, and supporting students through emails or messages. Many of them had no formal training in this. They just had to figure it out. This moment opened everyone's eye to something very important. Technology can make learning more flexible, more accessible, and more personalized. Teachers, who were once mainly known for delivering content, became much more. They became facilitators, designers of learning experience, and guides in the digital environment. Okay, one clear change is the use of digital platforms for teaching and learning. Tools like Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and Moodle have become essential. Teachers now post lessons, hold virtual classes, assign homework, and communicate with students all in one place. Learning is no longer tied to a school timetable. A student can now attend class from home, replay a recorded lesson at midnight, or ask a question through a comment box. That flexibility makes education more focused on students and better suited to different learning styles. And teachers, they are not just teaching anymore. They are creating. They make digital slides, record video tutorials, design online quizzes, and use platforms like Canva, Kahoot, and YouTube. They are bringing learning to life. This creative side of teaching didn't always exist in the past, but now is becoming a core part of the job. And beyond teaching content, teachers today are responsible for something even more critical. Digital literacy. Many students know how to use social media, but do they know how to verify online sources? Do they know how to stay safe online? Or how to avoid digital distractions? Teachers now have the responsibility to guide students in using technology wisely, ethically, and responsibly. Of course, teachers also have to keep learning themselves. In the traditional system, a teacher could use the same lesson plan for years, but in today's world, digital tools are constantly changing. Teachers need to join webinars, watch tutorials, attend online training, and keep up with new apps and platforms. This is a journey lifelong learning, not just for students, but also for the teachers. But let us to be honest, teaching in the digital world is not easy. One of the biggest challenges is the digital divide. Not all students have access to internet or device. Some may share one phone with 5 siblings, others may live in areas with poor network coverage. So, while some students can adapt easily, others are left behind. And teachers, they try their best. They print notes, send recorded lessons, they even call students personally. But this challenge require more than effort. It needs policy support and better infrastructures to ensure no one is excluded. But despite all of this, the digital world offers new and powerful opportunities. Teachers can now collaborate globally. They can connect with educators in other countries, share resources, and learn from different perspectives. They can attend online conferences, join educator groups, and constantly improve their skills. Teaching has become borderless. Let me share a story. I know a teacher in a rural school who had 5 students without internet during the pandemic. Every day, he rode his motorcycle to deliver printed lessons to their homes and explain key concepts over the phone. Rank of shine, he never missed a day. He said, I can't let them fall behind just because they don't have the Wi-Fi. That, to me, is what teaching beyond the classroom truly means. It is not about the screen or the apps, it is about the dedication, connection, and care. And thanks to technology, teachers can also personalize learning. Using tools like AI data analytics and adaptive platforms, they can track student progress and adjust their teaching. Struggling students can get extra support. Advanced learners can be challenged. This is a big shift from the one-size-fits-all classroom of the past. But this shift is not just about where and how teaching happens. It is also about who we teach and how we reach each learner. The traditional model often fails students who learn differently. Visual learner, kinesthetic learner, students with learning difference, or those who simply need more time. In the digital world, teachers are finally equipped with tools that allow for more individualized support and inclusion. Modern educators are learning to differentiate instructions using adaptive technology, multiple assessment methods, and multimedia tools to ensure no student is left behind. For example, a teacher might deliver a concept through a video and live discussion and a game-based activity, all covering the same topic but appealing to different learning styles. This isn't just more engaging, it's more equitable. And speaking of equity, one of the most powerful aspects of teaching beyond the traditional classroom is the ability to address educational injustice. Teachers now reach students in remote communities, students with mobility challenges, and even students who have previously dropped out of the school. With open learning platforms and access, education is no longer a privilege locked with four walls. It becomes a human right extended through technology. At the same time, this flexibility comes with a cost, responsibility. Teachers must now ensure that their content is accessible, not just engaging for the average learner, but usable by every learner. That means knowing how to crack cross captions, how to design color-safe materials for colorblind students, and how to navigate cultural sensitivity in global classroom. Today, educators are not just teachers; they are advocates of inclusion and accessibility. Beyond student learning, the teacher's own professional identity is evolving. No longer limited by their physical school, many teachers now build digital professional learning networks. They collaborate with colleagues from around the world, participate in webinars, share lesson ideas on global forums, and co-create projects with classes across continents. The professional isolation that once plagued teachers, especially those in rural or underfunded schools, is being replaced by global community and shared expertise. This collaboration isn't only professional, it's deeply personal. Teachers now support one another emotionally, share burnout prevention strategies, and amplify each other's voice on social media. They are building movement for policy change, mental health awareness, and fair compensation. In this way, teaching beyond the classroom becomes more than a method, it becomes a movement. Let's not forget that teachers are also shaping future skills that didn't exist a generation ago. While traditional education focused heavily memorization and exam, today teachers are helping students develop soft skills and digital fluency. How to collaborate online, communicate across cultures, think critically about media, and also manage digital distractions. They are also preparing students for careers that haven't even been invented yet. By fostering creativity, adaptability, empathy, and innovation, teachers are no longer just preparing students for the test. They are preparing them for life. And perhaps most importantly, teachers are helping students find purpose in a digital world that often feels chaotic. They provide stability, mentorship, and human connection in an environment of constant change. So when we say that teaching now goes beyond the classroom, we are not just talking about technology. We are talking about a new philosophy of education. One that puts the learner at the center, one that values curiosity as much as correctness, one that redefines success not by marks, but by meaning. In this ever-changing digital landscape, the teacher becomes a navigator, a healer, a bridge builder, a catalyst for transformation. And that truly is the heart of education in the 21st century. As the world grows more digital, fast, and sometimes overwhelming, the teacher becomes one of the few human constants in a student's life. In a screen-filled world, the teacher is often the only person who truly sees the students, not just as a username or a quiz score, but as a human being with emotions, dreams, and struggles. Even in virtual classroom, teachers greet students by name, notice their silence, and celebrate their little victories. For some students, especially those from broken homes or underserved communities, that teacher message, "You did well today," "Oh, I am proud of you," may be the only positive voice they hear always. In a world full of noise, teachers offer clarity. In a world full of comparison, teachers offer encouragement. In a world full of pressure, teachers offer compassion. This human connection is not a side effect of teaching, it is the heart of it. So even as the role of teacher continues to change, one thing remains constant. The impact a great teacher leaves on a student's life is immeasurable and eternal. As we move forward into an increasingly digital future, filled with artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and global classroom, we must ask ourselves, how do we support those who support us all? We need policies that value teacher training, protect their well-being, and honor their voice in innovation. We need technology that serves teachers, not overwhelm them. We need communities that celebrate teachers not just one day a year, but every single day. But because if the future of education is digital, then soul of the education remains human. And that soul is the teacher. So as we look at this ever-shifting world filled with smart machine, virtual platform, borderless classroom, and endless stream of information, one question echoes louder than ever: who still holds the light? In the middle of artificial intelligence and automation, in a mess of notification, deadlines, and digital noise, who still reach out to us? Are you okay? Who still show up not just on the screen but in spirit? Who still believe that every child deserves not just to be taught but to be known, seen, and heard? It is the teacher who prepare tirelessly for lesson, only to throw it all away because a student needs something else that day. The teacher who learn new platforms, adapts new methods, and never stop evolving just to keep one more student from falling behind. The teacher who may feel invisible, overworked, or unappreciated, but still wake up every morning to try again. Not because they are told to, not because it is easy, but because deep down they believe in something powerful. That knowledge can change a life, that connection can heal, that learning is hope. And when the world seems too fast, too loud, or too complex, it is the teacher who slow down, lean in, and say to a child, "You matter, you can, you will." Today, we often talk about future-ready students, but let us not forget, future-ready students comes from future-ready teachers. Teachers who embrace change without losing compassion. Teachers who teach with technology, but lead with heart. Teachers who go beyond the classroom, not for recognition, but for responsibility. Because they know the classroom was never just a room. It is always a mission, a promise, a place to build futures. So, to every teacher out there, not just the ones in classroom, but the ones behind screen, beside the hospital beds, on bike in rural roads, or typing like into the night. You are not behind the times. You are ahead of them. You are not being repressed. You are being reborn. You are not just teaching. You are transforming. And as long as you continue to believe in your student, to grow with the world, and to live with love, then the future of education is not something to fear. It is something to look forward to. Thank you.